My dad was a pastor, so I grew up in the church, I'd never really fully wanted to learn more about God. I saw them, and I didn't want to be that. I almost grew a hatred for Christianity. I didn't want to go all in. I didn't want to have to change my life, what I was doing. I didn't want to change the person I was because I was comfortable where I was at, and I had these friends I didn't want to lose. And so I guess it all starts about 9th grade. I was kind of in a transitioning phase from middle school to high school, so all my friends went to a different school. Trying to get connected with people was kind of hard for me. And the first person I got connected with, he was a heavy drug user at the time. The decisions he made kind of shadowed down to me, which kind of led up to a heavy drug use, starting at a pretty young age. And then we just got to be, best buddies, and we did everything together. So I got involved with a lot of drugs, and then that transitioned into wanting to make money. I started to sell drugs. It felt good to me to have fast cash at the time. I grew this really bad pill addiction. I was addicted to Xanax. I got to school that day, and I had taken a couple of Xanax before school because I was just wanted to get high, And then I get through the day. After school, I was like, man, I feel like I'm not high enough. So I took a couple more Xanax, went home. I went downstairs to tell my parents that, hey, I'm gonna go to Walmart and get some school supplies. But I just couldn't get the words out. I was slurring my speech, and they knew something was up. So I went in my closet, and I took a bunch of other pills, like Advil and just a bunch of other crap. Just wanting to get high, a bunch of Dayquil. I don't even know why, and then I remember going and laying down on the couch, and I rest my head on my mom's lap, and that's just the last thing I remember from that night. So I wake up the next morning, afternoon. I'd missed school, woke up about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, had a big scar on my face. Come to find out that I'd blacked out, and my mom had slept. They made me sleep in their bed with them, and my mom actually slept right beside me with her finger on my nose all night because my heartbeat had slowed down so much she thought I was gonna die. So then the lowest of the low, I was in the school parking lot, and me and my buddies, it was a half day. We just kind of want to get high before school, and so we were just smoking, getting high in the parking lot. And then I just see a couple cop cars pulling behind me, and I just kind of knew I'm about to get in big trouble. And after that, they took me out of the car. I had all my drugs, I had my scale, I had everything on me. So then they transferred me over to the police station in my town. I just remember sitting in the holding cell like, how did I get to this point in my life? Eventually, I ended up in a great rehab in Arkansas. I got a dog, so I got to raise her from basically birth. So it was a great experience to kind of lose contact with the outside world, not having to think about anything else. Just kind of focus on myself and my addiction and getting better. So I was in rehab for about 3 months. And then after that, I just knew I needed to get a job and start getting my foot in the door somewhere because, college obviously isn't the place for me. I started working for great people and surrounding myself with people who loved me and wanted the best for me. And just seeing how happy they were, just these great Christian people. And so I kind of started challenging myself, asking questions and finding answers that I never really felt comfortable asking my parents. And I never really liked talking about Jesus in the first place because it felt like a foreign subject. One day I was just like, you have nothing left, so what do you have to lose? I kind of prayed that night. I never really prayed before. I just kind of felt like the Lord had just wrapped his arms around me and said, I got you. You're gonna be okay. You just gotta go all in. The reason I wanted to get baptized was because I just wanted to make a public statement that, I want to go all in with the Lord. So I'm not where I used to be, but I'm definitely in a place where I'm striving to learn more about the Lord, and I'm striving to be more like the Lord. And I just want people to see Jesus when they look at me.